Yo, yo, yo. How goes it? How goes it? Everything's looking good here. Let's get some tunes going. Alright. There we go. How's it going, everybody? And welcome aboard Cardboard Sim. Gotta get myself set up here. I was running a little late. Lost track of my time. I was in here earlier doing some op checks, making sure everything is good. Of course, this time around, I've had to change up a couple things, which is weird to me, but like I always say, and I will continue to preach, in this world of enclosed flight simming, you just never know what to expect from one day to the next. So we'll talk about that once we get in there. We are here where we landed earlier this afternoon, and for the most part I got the bugs worked out, but like I said, we'll talk about it once we get in the air. And we are now headed to Panama City. As you can see, I have the time at dark. We are right around the 5:30 local time here, so that by the time we get over there, the sun will be coming up. Hey Sauce, how you doing? Because I definitely would like to see the Panama Canal before we land, but I kind of want to give a different approach to time. You know, always flying in the daytime, so I like to pop in and do a little bit of nighttime flying, I guess you can say. So that's what we got going on. We do have live weather on. Yeah, and we should be good all the way across. I don't think that we have to worry about any. Well, we might have a little bit of mountainous terrain as we get closer. Hey, Fly Girl, how you doing? But by the time we get over there, we should have a little bit of sunlight, so we'll be able to see what's going on over there as we get closer. So without further ado, let's get this thing cranked up and get on the road, shall we? All right. Pre-flight is complete. The seatbelts are fastened. No packs on board. All avionics is off. Circuit breakers are all in. Landing gear is down. Flaps are up. Lights as required. Fuel selector, and let's get some battery and alternator going. And brakes are set. Let's get some engine going. Avionics is coming on board up to 1,000. Now that I don't really have to worry about getting the engine warmed up because I was just running it earlier. All right, let's get ATIS real quick on 127.875.
Short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Las Brujas Airport, information hotel. 0300 Zulu. Wind 285 at 3. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, broken at 4,000 feet. Temperature 27. Dew point 23. QNH 1010. Density altitude 2100 feet. Transition level 190. Arriving and departing runways 2120. Bird activity in vicinity of airport.
Yay.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
Hotel. Okay. And let's go ahead and get tower in on a 1184. I guess we'll do an initial climb out to 4,000. You know I like my 4,000 there, sauce. Las Brujas Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is at General Aviation Parking, looking to pick up flight following to Mike Papa Mike Golf at 4,000 feet.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Las Brujas Tower. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 1500 feet. Departure on 119.7, 5 squawk 5645. Expect runway 20.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 1,500 feet. Departure on 119.75, squawk 5645. Expect runway 20, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. 5645.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, read back correct.
Get that on in there. So 1,500 on departure. And we'll go ahead and get departure on 119.75 in the box. Okay. Las Brujas Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's ready to taxi.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, taxi to runway 20 at your discretion.
Taxi to runway 20 at my discretion, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. I don't know why he's giving me 20. We're not even at weird. That is weird. Las Brujas Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, request runway 03.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, runway 03 approved. Taxi to runway 03 at your discretion.
Taxi to runway 03 at my discretion, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, thanks. Alright, cool. Go ahead and get that turned off. And taxi lights. And let's get some strobes going. Hey Glenn, how's it going? So what I pretty much ended up doing was brakes released and brake check. Find out where we at here. There we go. So I did pretty much a clean shader cache sweep. I noticed that there were some window updates that went down. So I went back and uninstalled those two Windows updates because they wasn't doing me a lick of good. And what I find funny is, first notch flaps coming in. When I got everything loaded back in, I was able to put everything back, of course, and everything was running nice and smooth. But then I was just doing some op checks here about 30-45 minutes ago, and I liked how everything was working. But then as soon as I turned OBS on, FrameGen started acting kind of weird. So to counteract that issue, what I did was I turned FrameGen and DLSS off. I went back to TAA and I throttled back on my TLOD down to 100, and we are doing pretty good at this moment. So we're gonna rock with that one for the night.
Tower, runway 39 out. Zulu, presently holding runway 21.
And as you see, we got my man behind me,
Destination
the sauce himself.
Alright.
Get lined up here.
With a departure
Okay.
to the west.
Let's first notch your flaps, trimmer out.
Stingray November 239 Alpha, Zulu Las Brujas Tower, left turn out for westbound departure approved.
First turn for west departure. Approved. Stingray 239 Alpha Zulu is ready for departure.
Just waiting for this guy to finish up. Las Brujas Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, line up on runway 03, ready for departure.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, runway 03, winds 285 at 3, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 03, Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa. Alright, brakes are released. And power's coming in. Right there. Power set, airspeed is coming alive. And there's 70. Positive rate gear is coming up. We gotta maintain 1500 for the time being there, sauce. Till they give us clearance up out of here. Speed checks, flaps coming up. All right, there we go. That's funny, Glenn. All right, there's 1500. Let's level out there. Switching over to departure. Departure, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is 1,500.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa Barranquilla, approach, radar contact.
You, Speedy, how goes it?
Avianca 2456, Los Garzones approach, contact Golfo de Marisquillo, approach on 119.1.
Come on, AI, get yourself together.
119.1 for Avianca 2456.
Approach, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, request flight level 4000. See if they go ahead and clear us up.
Bonanza 4 Romeo, Papa, climb flight level 4000.
Up to 4000, Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa. Alright, let's get 4000 bugged in. No flight level. Oh, my bad.
Bonanza 4 Romeo, Papa, climb altitude 4,000 feet.
Climb to 4,000 feet, Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa. I know with my flight school booked in for retract and constant speed unit endorsements for next week ring up, and they only ever booked one of the 3 lessons. Oh man, and had my friend's aircraft booked out for a week only. Ooh, that sucks. This is an early morning departure, Speedy. We got about an hour and a half flight over to Panama. So by the time we get there, the sun will be up. Alright. Lights is coming off. Those are on. We're gonna go on up to 4,000.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, altitude restrictions canceled. Maintain VFR altitudes.
Maintain VFR altitude, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Oh boy. Okay. So we'll hold here at 3100. That's one thing I never understood. Like, you cleared. I thought when they said altitude restrictions canceled, that means that I'm no longer within the restriction area. So now I'm able to climb up to whatever my altitude is. But you just cleared me to 4,000, and then you say altitude restrictions canceled. So does that mean I actually hold at my current altitude, or do I keep climbing? Well, altitude at your discretion is embedded in the system, but they do that sometimes, and it throws me off. It's like, do you want me to hold my altitude, or are you pretty much saying that I'm clear up to whatever altitude I'm good at? Yeah, that's what I figured. But it was just crazy because he just cleared me up to 4,000, and then you turn around and you tell me altitude restrictions are canceled. Okay. So I'm good there. How you doing back there, Sauce? So yeah, like I said, you know, it's always a constant change. Autopilot bugging, but all good. What do you have your vertical speed set at? I'm 4,000, or well, my vertical speed is set to 7. Hey Jose, how you doing tonight, man? Well, that's the crazy thing. This plane is actually good for 1,000 feet a minute. I mean, that's a typical climb for this thing, to be honest with you. And that's from actually watching like people who actually own this plane, and they say they climb out to 1,000. I've seen some even say they climb out at about 12. But I mean, technically your climb speed should be at about 120 knots. So you set your V speeds accordingly, you know, according to that. We might have to climb up some more just because we got these clouds rolling in. Yeah. We'll take it up to 6. Yeah, I know my autopilot doesn't support indicated airspeed. So I'll just set my V speeds and then just watch my airspeed indicator and just match it with that. Cause I think yeah, I'm gonna take it up to 6, Sauce. I don't want to get stuck in these clouds. I was thinking though, Glenn, there's another autopilot out there that I'm thinking about getting. that supports the indicated. Which, I mean, it's not that, it's really not that serious, not for what I do at least, you know. But it would be cool to have. Like you said, it's kind of a set it and forget it kind of thing. Man, this is beautiful. You can see the sun is starting to pop up back here in the back. That's nice. If you get something that match or that emulates the GFC 500 Garmin, that'd be cool. That matches the 750 Navigator you got. Well, here's the thing. I've thought about just 3D printing one out and just making my own. I mean, that'll be the cheaper route, of course, you know. And of course, you know, program it through mobiflight, which I think the presets are pretty much already in there. So I might tinker with that and go that route. But here, my next question would be though is getting the GFC 500. I have no way of knowing my pre-selects. Right? So I would have to upgrade to maybe a G5 for my attitude. Or not a G5. What's the other one? Because the G5 is a square like panel. But I've seen the GI set, the 275, the round one, right? I think that's what I'm thinking about. Cause I followed that one girl. She has a YouTube channel, and yeah, okay, so that is the one, because she did an upgrade and she put that in her real plane, and it looked pretty cool. I just gotta see if, I don't know if anybody in Air Manager has actually accomplished that. I'm gonna look that up once I'm done flying. I might swap that out. The GNX 750. No, so she talking more so the it's, I think you're referring to the avionics panel, the 750. That's what I have. I have that in the 650. We're talking about, so here's the thing. The autopilot panel that I have now, I have pre-select because I have a screen, so I know what I'm selecting prior. If I were to just put a GFC 500 in here, I have no way of knowing what altitude or vertical speed or anything that I'm selecting. So in order for me to make that work, I would need some type of an update on my 6-pack. That's why we was talking about the 275. The aircraft I'm flying next week, if the flying school can fix their act, is the GFC 500 275 gtnxi. Oh man, that's a nice setup right there. I might see that. I might see if I can, if somebody has created that. And see, that's the one downfall about the Air Manager app version, because you can only select what is already there. You can't edit anything, you can't add anything from my knowledge. Whereas if you have the desktop version, you know, you can actually create and build your own panels and all that good stuff. But I'll take a look into the inventory and see if that thing exists. Because if it does, then I'll just start printing out the GFC 500 and just use the prop sim wash as a backup. Beautiful morning. Beautiful, beautiful morning. What aircraft are y'all going up in, Glenn? Now is that the Air Manager app or the Air Manager desktop? Because it's two totally different two different things. Oh, nice, the Aero 3. That's cool. See, that's my only downfall. But you know what? The more and more I think about it, Glenn, I'm almost tempted to just go ahead and make the swap over. Because I was talking with the OG Mr. Russ Barlow himself a few weeks ago, and he was telling me that the JPI is in the Air Manager desktop. And you know what I've been trying to do is to actually create a scenario where when power is off, all of this is off, you know. And then when I turn avionics on, you know, the avionics and the JPI should come on. And he told me that in the desktop version, there is it's almost like a screen that you put over it, and you can program it to your avionics master, so when it's off, that screen will show up, and then when you turn it on, the screen kind of just goes away, if that makes sense. So it almost makes it look like everything is actually off. I mean, it's a minor thing, but it's a big detail to me, you know. I know to some people it probably doesn't bother you that you get into the sim and your whole panel is already lit up, and then, you know, you simulate turning the avionics on. Me, I actually want to see it come on and turn off when I hit that switch. So between that and being able to add or modify the 6-pack, not really modify the 6-pack because I actually like the 6-pack that I have, but I want to add more to the 6-pack panel. Like I said, I want to I haven't got around to do it yet, but I need to tighten the panel up because I got enough space up here. I would like to put an annunciator panel up there and maybe a couple other things here to the left side because it's looking kind of, you know, a little bland over here on this side. So I would like to add some more of that eventually. No, so my 6-pack is an iPad Pro. So I'm running just your basic airspeed indicator, attitude indicator, altitude, turn coordinator. I'm running vertical speed, and I have a CDI in the middle. So my 6-pack and the JPI, this is the iPad Pro, this is the iPad Mini. Man, these clouds keep getting higher and higher. Where are we at? 6,000? I'll hold here for a second. I'll cut through these ones and then see how it looks after that. I might go ahead and climb up some more. I really like the CDI for sure. It definitely helps when it comes to when I'm doing like IFR approaches. Cause I can actually, the way this plane, well, the way I have this plane set up, I could pretty much, autopilot could pretty much take the plane all the way down for the most part. I mean, I just got to control speed, but it'll take it all the way down to the runway. I did my IFR on a mix of G5s and just pure steam gauge, no autopilot. Ooh, I think I could do it. I think I have enough knowledge and skill set behind me now that I could do a complete IFR approach with no autopilot. I'm learning more about OBS. I can't tell if it's picking up your audio. It says desktop audio, and when you're talking, it's detecting it. I really hope I'm doing this right. Okay, so just have to keep the scan rate up. Now, like if you told me to do a IFR approach into where we're going, if it had IFR, right, I could probably fly it from right off the approach plate. Go from CDI, then scan other 6-packs as you're going to the song of Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Oh, yeah, I think I could. I think I could. It's oh, okay, cool. Now, the only thing, like, I think I got the basic understanding of a teardrop. Or not a teardrop. Like the what do you call it? Like when you're doing the radial turn. Like if you're coming in, depending on what whatever entry point you're coming in at to get yourself aligned. Yeah, the DME arc. That's what I'm trying to think. I couldn't think of the name of it. I have a basic understanding of the DME arc. I guess in my mind it's like it seems like it makes sense more so for like airliners, but for GA, what would be the biggest purpose of that? I mean, unless you're putting us in there for the sake of timing for other aircraft, or is it just there just because of maybe terrain, maybe noise ordinance over certain areas, and so you have to fly that arc in order to. DME arc just allows you to do the intercept onto the age yourself. So you don't necessarily have to do a DME arc, but it helps. Okay. I got you there. Let me see. I'm trying to think, Sauce, back to what you were saying. Let me see. Wait a minute. So basically you got a soft 30-degree angle intercepting the 8 at the end. Okay. Because in my mind, I'm just thinking like, why won't they just vector me to my, you know, to just vector me to the approach versus me having to do the DME arc to intercept. Like, why pass it and turn around to get back online when you could just bring me in, if that makes sense. I don't know, that's where my mind is at. Workload, if they can get you to do the work and not have to vector you. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I've noticed in the US they usually just vector. Yeah, it seems like vectoring is just easier with GA, because for the most part, you know, GA kind of already know where they're headed anyway. I mean, unless you really have to sequence, then I guess that would be another good reason. But outside of that, I really wouldn't understand why you would. Now, of course, because you got to actually do that for testing, though, right? Isn't that part of getting, like, don't you have to do a DME arc in one of your test flights? I don't know all the ins and outs of getting your PPL. I thought it would be. Now, see, that's something that I have no skill, like running back courses and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't even have.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact Barranquilla Center on 124.2.
Switching to Barranquilla Center on a 1242 Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Good day. Barranquilla Center Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, level at 6,000. I didn't have to do one since there's no DME arc nearby. I did my DME arc and a license sim with an instructor to get signed off on it. Nice.
424 Romeo Papa, Barranquilla Center. Hola, Arbalets QNH 1010.
1010 Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Well, that's pretty cool. I think the nearest DME arc is at a military base, so only available on the weekend. Yeah. I mean, at least you get to sign off in the sim. Hey Sauce, quick question. So in your OBS settings, you said where is my voice coming out of? Because wherever my voice is coming out of, desktop audio. Okay, so and you see the audio meter moving when I talk. Okay, well then you should be fine then. As long as you see the audio meter moving when you hear my voice, then it's recording it. my flight test, I had to do 3 different types of approaches. One to a full stop and a SID out of an airport. Okay. So is a cross country part of doing your PPL as well, or is the cross country flight is just more of a, you got your PPL but you still gotta, I don't know how that works. Or do you just do more so cross countries to pick up flight hours and for training purposes? PPL requires a cross country IFR, needed certain cross country requirements. I thought it would just record the sim audio. So do you don't want my voice? So if that's the case, then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to separate the audios. So you would have to create like flight sim audio, right? And then wherever the sound is coming out of that, and then you'll have to put me in a different audio bracket, if that makes sense. So that way in post editing, if you really didn't want my voice in, or you wanted to maybe change the volumes between the two, you can do that. In the US, you also have the additional requirements of a long cross-country requirement, and PPL have certain number of flights of a minimum distance between the legs. Okay. I should look it up here. But now does it matter? I mean, is it a US blanket, like to gain your PPL you got to have this many requirements across the US, or would it be like a statewide type of deal, like you have to have certain requirements, but then the state says, all right, but we need you to have this? I would assume it's probably just a national thing, so that everybody's in one accord. Just certain number of nautical miles according to the FAA cross country. So, yeah. Okay. But it's crazy to me how for the FAA to be a global, administration, yet each country does things a little different. Like in the US, for the most part, we read in well, it seems like most of the other world, they read in millibars, where we read in mercury. But I guess that's no different. Just like we do imperial and everybody else does metric. So there's an international organization called ICAO that tries to make all that stuff standardized, but different countries slightly deviate from ICAO. On the FAA website, they list their deviations. So this is just stuff that you have to know prior to entering each country. Okay. That's just like the state. States have, for the most part, the same rules, but then they have different rules. And then, so like one of the biggest things, and it's really just California that really be on this nonsense, But let's say in North Carolina that you're allowed to have, let's say, down to 10% on your front windows for tint, right? But in California, it's got to be 35. So since my state allows me to do it at 10, I tint my front windows at 10%. I drive myself across the country. I cross into California. Cop pulls me over and says I am out of, like, they can pretty much give me a ticket because my windows are out of their law. Their law says 35. It's kind of crazy, but I guess my point was to try to say the same thing with FAA. Like, there's like a foundation of laws and regulations that are standardized across the globe, but depending on where you're at, things can be altered according to whatever country you're flying in. So you're still following FAA guidelines with a twist according to whatever country you're in. Basically, we have the Australia road rules, which was an attempt to make all the states the same, but each state has slightly different changes, which are documented on the state DMV website. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Sunrise behind me is amazing. Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. That's why I like doing flights like this sometimes. That's why I enjoy doing the daytime where it's always sun and stuff, but sometimes I like to change it up because, man, you get to see a different aspect, starting from the dark and then watching the sun come up. You see the color changes, which actually brings a new ambiance to the clouds and the textures and everything like that, man. Yeah. The Sims seem to be doing a whole lot better this evening versus earlier. Oh, let's see if we can get some of these custom views going, huh? Let's go here, and there we go. I don't even see where you at, Sauce. Keep losing connection. Oh, you can't be doing such things.
The Busan 1 right for the both of transition are not runway to 1 right. Fulfillment via robot, then descend and maintain 1000, Cobra 2090.
Cobra 2090, contact Panama Center on 125.5.
125.5, Cobra 2090.
You know, one thing I like about this, man,
Confirm again the frequency?
is when I hear people from other countries and just how they speak with their accents and things like that, it brings so much more realism. Because flying around the world in a C-130, going from country, you know, stuff like that, and you would hear, oh, it is, Fly Girl. It definitely is. But when you hear the different voices and the different accents, man, it just brings more realism to the game. The biggest thing I find with sim pilots versus real pilots is sim pilots give so much extra info in their radio calls. You know, I think it's one of two things, Glenn, and I might be wrong. One, I think a lot just don't, like, they're still in the learning phases, and I think they think that they have to say all of this extra stuff to sound more like a real pilot, but in real life it's sweet and to the point. Just drop by to say good day. Gotta work on the sim today with some audio. Have a great stream, buddy. Good day, chat. Hey, Sess. Later, Sess. I spent most of my day trying to fix the garbage I had going on earlier with the stream. Had to change up some settings, but we're doing better now. Later. But then it's crazy, yeah, because sometimes I'll sit here and I'll listen in on other simmers hearing SayIntentions, and it really be a whole lot of extra stuff. Now, here's another kicker to SayIntentions, and I haven't made the changeover yet. I'm still working on my phraseology and getting my lingo down. Oh, technology is very crazy, and especially to this world that we live in, as far as flight sim go. Where's my other one at? I did that one already. Did I do this one? I can't remember if I did that one. I think I did do that one. What's 8? There we go. We ain't do that one yet. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So inside of SayIntentions, you can actually change the skill level of how you and ATC communicate with each other. I heard Pilot's Edge is good if you want practice with feedback. Yes, so Pilot Edge is pretty much the real, like, Pilot Edge outdoes VATSIM and SayIntentions and all this other stuff. Those are real ATC people who is pretty much VATSIM, but just the real deal. So that's why you have like the I ratings. Like, you actually have to go through and do your I think it's like 6 or 9 different I ratings that you have to do. Yeah, and they don't play, and they won't say nothing either. They'll make you do the whole rating, and then when you land and get off the runway, they be like, fail. Yeah, you didn't pass because of this, try again. But no, they're really easy to work with, and they're really helpful, you know, very knowledgeable, you know, because that's what they do for real. I like SayIntentions because it takes the pressure off. Now, I will work with VATSIM. It's just, I don't know. I think I like SayIntentions more than anything because you have full coverage pretty much globally, whereas, you know, VATSIM is kind of it's a hit and miss. Now, of course, you know, in GA world, for the most part, you know, you're not really talking to much ATC anyway. You know, you just kind of pop your head in, let everybody know where you're at, and keep it going. But I like the interaction of talking, because it helps me sharpen my ATC skills. So that's why I like SayIntentions over vatsim. Want to make some extra money on the weekend. I'm all about that moolah. What we talking about? What we talking about? Hold on. We talking money. Let's get serious here. What we talking about? Hold on. There we go. Let's talk money. Ugh. The Pilot Edge controller is making extra money. Oh yeah, they get paid to do that. You're not getting on Pilot Edge for free. That is a paid subscription over there, buddy, for sure. Why not? You go to work and do that all day, and then you come home and sit in the four walls of your home and make more money doing the same thing. $22,000? Who making $22,000? ATC. ATC making a whole lot more than 22. I made a VFR flight following phraseology guide for a friend. He's the one whose aircraft I'm borrowing. If you want to send it to you. Oh yeah, I would love to have that, Glenn, for sure. That'll help me out. I think I just gotta sharpen up a couple things. Like you said, like I'll be forgetting that flight level is only above 1.8, right? Because that's the that is the transition altitude. And then I did good. I did catch myself earlier though. I didn't say holding short when I was on the runway. I actually said lined up on the runway. I still gotta get better at calling out everything when I'm departing a non-towered airport. Cause I still have this thing in my mind, and I think it's just a bad habit already that I've created. And that's when I take off, I'll just say, you know, whatever traffic, Bonanza 424 when we pop a departing runway, I don't know, 03 to the east at whatever flight level. But I'll be forgetting to add turning, you know, right downwind or all that good stuff. So I know I'm still working on that. Europe is where flight levels start really low, like 3,000 feet and stuff. Yeah, man. Europe is crazy how they have stuff. U.S. Australia just have a certain height, and then it's the flight levels. U.S. is 18, Australia is 10. Yeah, keep it simple. Now I do have a question for you, and this is something that I always thought about. So I know in airliners, landing light stays on up to 10,000. After crossing 10,000, landing light goes off.
4 Romeo Papa, contact Panama, approach on 125.5.
Switching over to Panama, approach on 1255. Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, good day. Panama approach, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's level at 6,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Panama approach. Good morning, Koa Tupo altimeter 29.85.
2985, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. So at 10,000 feet, landing light goes off. Right? And then on your descent, once you cross below 10,000, landing light comes on. So my question is, as a GA aircraft, at what altitude do we turn our landing light off and on? Do we turn our landing light off once we are airborne, or do we leave it? Like, I never looked that up, and that's something that I should be looking up. Cause I know once I raise my landing gear, I turn my taxi light off, and I normally leave my landing light on until I'm close to either close to or once I level off at, you know, whatever altitude I'm at. So if I level off at 4,000, once I hit 4,000, I'll turn it off. In our regulations, we have to have the landing light on at a controlled airport. Haven't researched the U.S. It makes it easier for ATC to see us in the rationale. Right. I just didn't know if we had to follow, if we follow the same guidelines as an airliner, even, you know, because some do go up over 10,000. So my flight school with the LED landing lights, they just get us to keep them on the entire flight since they last forever. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look that up. Let me see what we got left here. We got 115 nautical miles to go. We got about 38 minutes left of flight time, and I'm doing about 150 indicated, but we're doing about 179 on the ground. All right, let me see. Let's see if I can figure this out real quick. So we're looking for when do GA aircraft landing light
090 Panama Center identified. Good evening.
go on off per FAA? Let's see. Basically, I don't think Part 91 in either country mandates them to be turned off. So you can leave them on, or you can turn it off. But there's really no definite rule. I'm just trying to figure out what oh yeah, I think we'll be alright here. This cloud's a little high on this side. I got my 3-mile visibility, so I'm good. I can see. FAA 91.209 says you need them on at night within 3 nautical miles of the airport. Okay. So if all right, I mean your nav and your beacon, I don't know, I would think at nighttime, if you're I would just rather have it on at nighttime under 10,000 feet. I would want an aircraft that's doing, if I'm doing 160, let's see what SOP for airliners in the US under 10,000 feet is 250 knots max. So you're talking about this big guy doing at least 100 knots faster than me under 10,000 feet, and I'm at 6. I would need him to see me at all times. Australia Reg says within the vicinity of the aerodrome they need to be on. So that's it. Okay. Ten nautical miles. Okay. But that's Australia. I had to do some digging and see what the US says. Okay, it's 3 nautical miles. But you're fair game to use as you please too, though, right? Like if I feel like having it turning on 10-15 nautical miles out as I'm descending down, I can do that. My flight school encouraged them to be on once they converted the lights over to LEDs. Okay. I think when I land, I'm gonna go around and see if this plane actually got it probably don't have an LED in it. It's still probably rocking the old halogen. Sauce, you still back there flying with me, or you still having network issues? On and off. It's always something. It also could be your OBS settings too. Like if you haven't optimized your OBS settings, your OBS can actually do some pretty hefty damage to your overall performance in the sim. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking once we get over to the to Panama, I'll probably do like a little lap around the canal, just kind of look at a couple things, and then take it on in. This is what the FAA flying handbook says as a recommendation. Landing lights are not only useful for taxi, takeoffs, and landings, but also provide a means by which airplanes can be seen at night by other pilots. Pilots are encouraged to turn on their lights when operating within 10 miles of an airport and below 10,000 feet. Operation with landing lights only applies. Operation with landing lights on applies to both day and night, or in conditions of reduced visibility. This should also be done in areas where flocks of birds may be expected. Okay. So technically I should be flying. They encourage me to fly with the land light on as of now, since I'm only at 6,000. So it's not a requirement, it's just more of a recommendation for better visibility, which that would make sense. Alright. Appreciate that. So it doesn't have to be on, but it's recommended, but you gotta have it on, per the US, at least 3 nautical miles out. Or, sorry, within 10 nautical miles of an airport below 10,000. Okay. Okay. I got you. Yep. So I could technically go ahead and turn that on then. Just leave that on the whole time. This wind done shifted. We done got a tailwind now. Let's see here. Set up. You know, something that I would like to eventually do, I would like to actually, I would actually like to upgrade my TPM. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this TPM. My good buddy Larry gifted me with this set last year, and it's a totally big upgrade from my DIY TPM that I made. But I would like to take it a notch further and get the TPM where you can actually fine tune, you know, so you can get more precise on where you want the levers to be. So like when I'm leaning out the aircraft, right, I can slowly inch it until, like, if I go all the way back up to peak. Right now peak is at 126. So if I slowly pull it out, I could probably get the best I can get is about 118.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact Panama approach on 119.7.
Switching to Panama approach on 119.7, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, good day. Panama approach, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, level at 6,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Panama approach. Greetings, Wanu Condi, altimeter 1011.
1011, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Not doing too bad. I'd be definitely curious to see how do you go navigating with just a paper sectional, paper flight plan, and turning off the 750 nav. Just you landmark from the sectional. I'm gonna try that on one of my future flights there, Glenn. I'm gonna turn all this stuff off. And just go straight old school with it. Hey, bombs. Yeah, okay, so if you go to the home screen of my YouTube channel, the Discord up there that you'll see, click on that link. That should send you straight to my Discord. For some odd reason, the link that I have that preloads into all of my my streams and videos, for some odd reason it's a bad link, and I thought I replaced it earlier, but for some odd reason it keeps coming up bad. So just click on the Discord and the homepage. I appreciate that, Fox. I mean, it's all right, Bomb. Like you know, your name kind of speaks for, you know, speaking loud. I get it. Just messing. Boom Basso. You know, when I actually saw that the first time, I was thinking in Mombasa, Kenya, but without the MO. It's just, well, the MOM will be just Bassa, but a little different. Or it could be from what's my man, Mr. Boombastic. Mr. Boombastic. They call me Mr. Boombastic. That's an old song. Telling my age just a little bit. I'm not that old, but Boombasa. No, Boombasso. I don't want to mess your name up. Boombasso. Mine's for Puerto Rico. It's a dancing thing. Ah, okay. I got you. I'm gonna have to ask my wife. One of her best friends is Puerto Rican. I'm gonna ask her about it. Tell her to ask her friend. See if she know anything about that. I definitely will. I'll get back to you when I get a answer for sure. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we are 63 miles out. Got about 21 minutes of flight time left. Once we get down there, what I would like to do is, before we land, is just take a quick little tour around the Panama City Canal. This will be my first time seeing it, so in the sim, and I guess you could say in real life. But I would like to take a look at it. I think it'll be kind of cool. This is a place I've been wanting look at for a very long time. Even after all the times I've been flight simming, I've never got down to Panama City to see what it looks like. So this is gonna be epic for me, for real. By the way, you know how we were talking about ICAO earlier. Canada follows ICAO closer than the US FAA. So when you cross the border, they start using radio numbers in 122.5, for example. Oh. Okay. Probably gonna be even more crazy now that, well, I'll leave politics out of this. Oh Lord Jesus. So you fly about the same time every evening, usually on VATSIM or AI ATC. Yeah, so 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I think it's 3 a.m. Zulu, is when I normally stream. And for the most part, I use SayIntentions. I just saw you up here on the notification. Welcome aboard. I normally use SayIntentions.AI. I will jump into VATSIM on occasion, depending on the situation. Yeah, I mean, that's fine if you want to, like I said, 10 o'clock p.m. And what I do is, once I get the flight plan and all that stuff together and know that everything is going to be up and running for the night stream, I have, if you look in the Discord, I got a stream schedule. I'll drop all the information in there. So they'll give you the time of, departure time, which pretty much going to be the same every night. Where we're flying from and to, all that good stuff. Welcome back, Sauce. Yeah, man, I'm very excited about the multiplayer, man. I think that's really going to set things apart from other AI sources. Which, I mean, I feel like me personally, I feel like SayIntentions has already took the stand on AI ATC. Like I said, I'm not knocking Beyond ATC at all. They've done a fantastic job with their product. I just think SayIntentions is just it just pushes the envelope when it comes to this thing. I appreciate that, Fox. If I had another beastly PC, I would probably try to set mine up kind of like how you do yours, and run another TV behind here, and have a full 360 view. But honestly, this is something that I've always thought about doing too. I also thought about just stretching this out, building another PC, and then putting 2 more seats behind here, slapping 2 more 55s on both sides, and that way I actually have a 4-seater aircraft that can actually see out of, the whole, almost as if it's the whole thing. I thought about doing something like that just because I like to do something. I like to do stuff different. Yeah, they are pushing the tech way beyond what I expected and getting better. Yeah, man. I gotta finish doing my stuff because I would like to become a partner. Becoming that partner program to do a lot of testing, since I use SayIntentions quite often, shall I say. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. And then how they've implemented it, so it's not just a GA thing. Like, you can actually you know, if you're flying airliners, you can actually have, you know, the entourage. Like I have entourage installed as well. So, you know, everywhere from, you know, cabin crew to your co-pilot to, you know, it's pretty neat, man. I like it. And like I said, I mean, it gives you full coverage too. So no matter where you're at in the world, you always got coverage.
090, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Man, what's cool, I can get the feel of motion watching outside your window. Pretty cool. Appreciate it, man.
Copa 2090, contact Panama Center on 125.5.
I would like to make this thing a motion sim, but at the state she is in right now, too heavy. Well, I mean, she do got some weight because these 2x4s is pretty heavy, so I would have to really get some heavy duty actuators that can handle the weight, but I'll have to do some heavy duty reinforcements as well. Because if I try to move this thing, something's gonna break loose. Maybe we can get them to sponsor you. They have a few already. Oh, that would be cool. I would love to do that. Does one PC recognize all 3 of your GoPros as a webcam? Yes, Fox. So there's a trick around it, and I did some digging a while back, because when I first started my webcam process and I set up my first GoPro, and when I was looking at the regular webcams, I just couldn't get the webcams to get the natural color of what is being thrown at it, right? So I was constantly adjusting the camera, you know, saturation, this and that, to try to match the GoPro. So then I'm like, well, let me try to run an extra GoPro, but then I realized OBS only allows for 1. But I ran across a forum one day, and this guy, he's from Germany. He created this. It's a program. It's called Webcam Tool 3.0. Well, Webcam Tool is what it's called. And what it does is allows you to run multiple GoPros, or, you know, if you're running DLSRs and stuff like that, you can run as multiple ones through OBS as virtual cameras. So I only needed 3. So, and you can there's 2 different ones you can purchase. You can purchase the one that goes up to, I think, like 4 GoPros or something like that, or 8, and then if you buy the other version, you can get up to like 16 cameras or something like that. If you want, once I'm done streaming, I'll find the page for you, and I'll put it in the Discord if you want to check them out. And it's real simple to set up, but yeah, it allows you to run all 3 GoPros plus all through OBS. You have a lot of weight. Seen a guy do a DIY for a Boeing. It's massive. Well, when I say weight, yeah, when you're talking Boeings and, you know, like airline and stuff, yeah, those are way more heavy than what I got going on here. I was just thinking as far as how I would go about doing my motion platform, because I won't put this sim on a platform. What I would do is I would put actuators on all 4 corners, because if I put this thing on a platform, first of all, I would have to spend a hefty amount of money for a platform that can hold the weight, and I don't really want to do all that. I don't really need all that motion. I just need a little bit. Like, you know, when you go to like a game room and they got like those little VR games, and you know how like it moves just a little bit, but you get the motion of it. That's all I really want. If I can get, you know, if I get a few inches up and down, left and right, I'm good. All right, have a good night, Speedy. Have a safe one out there. Okay, Fox, I'll do that. I'll do that for sure. Yes, sir. Anytime. People crazy out here. All right, we are 31 nautical miles out. All right, Fox, have a good night, man. Appreciate it. Okay. Go ahead and start stepping this thing on down, because the canal is actually west of the, it's literally just west of the field, so okay. So I'll step it down to about $2,000. Seth's over there in his Discord popping up with the crash leaderboard. Them boys wilding out over there. And I'm mad too, cause I ended up missing his stream, man. But my goal was to do my stream last night and then stay up to at least watch a little bit of his stream. But then 35 crashes in one round. Going to be one expensive series. Oh my gosh, what in the world are y'all doing over there? Oh, flying a helicopter for his PNG thing did feel like cheating, at least in terms of landings, but a lot of challenges getting over the terrain. Man, I probably would have added 27 more crash landings trying to fly a helicopter. Now Cass, he makes it look so easy. Oh man, I tell you what, you Australian guys, boy, y'all y'all live by different terms for real. Good bunch though, good bunch. I enjoy y'all, every single one of you. Y'all keep me going. That's what I'm saying. I did 3 solo flights in helicopters before I gave that up, like double the price of planes. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I would want to do. I don't know if I would want to do helicopter. I've been up in a helicopter a couple times. Not high, just, kind of off the ground and float around here, float around there, but nah, I'm good. I'd rather be in a 4-engine prop plane, lose 1 engine, and fly across the Adriatic Sea with 3 engines than to get in a helicopter. And I say that because I've done it plenty of times. Yeah, I would much rather take my chances in a plane than a helicopter. I don't trust them. And I'll tell you another one I don't trust. I don't trust the Ospreys. It makes me nervous every time I see one fly over my house every day. That's another turd of an aircraft. They do glide without an engine. Yeah, as long as the back rotor don't blow off the back. Yeah, we let me see, when was it? I think last year there was a V-22 that went down out in California. They just went out on a training mission and the whole thing went down, taking out everybody on board. Yes, I've been on and inside of an Abram. Those things are beasts.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact Gelibert Tower on 118.3.
Going to Gelibert Tower on 1183, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, good day. What do we have? They use turbine fuel, turbines, right? I think so, yeah. And it's amazing how fast that big thing can move. Very loud. Oh man, it's crazy when they out here and they be playing, they be doing games and stuff on base. Man, one of them Abrams shoot off one of them rounds, man, it shakes the house. And you're talking they're at least, from where they play games and training, they're at least 20 some miles away from me. And they'll shake the whole house every single time. Them jokers ain't nothing to play with. Well, look at this, y'all. I did not know that Panama had these beautiful skyscrapers. I ain't know it was like this down here. Y'all see that? Hold on, I was supposed to contact Gelibert Tower. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is level at 2,000. Sitting here talking.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Gelibert Tower, roger, maintain 2,000 feet.
Maintain 2,000 feet, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Gelibert Tower, enter left downwind for runway 1.
Left downwind, runway 1, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. That would be, where are you going? Okay. Oh yeah, I'm beating you this time, Sauce. Wow, look at the skyscrapers, y'all. SayIntention does some weird stuff sometimes, doing 2 separate calls to you. Then yeah, maintain 2,000, then enter left downwind. I think it's still some bugs that gotta work out, but I think it's
International Sierra Mike.
Wow.
We are 5 miles out and request full stop landing runway 01 with information for support.
I want to go check out this canal real quick. Look at these
Duke Sierra Mike Mike, winds 330 at 6, runway 1, clear to land.
Look at these skyscrapers here. It's pretty cool. This is weird looking one right here. Where you at? There it is. That is pretty neat right there. I want to go check out these the Panama City Canal real quick. Galibert Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Request touch and go. Runway 01.
Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa, winds 335 at 6. Runway 1, clear to land. Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa, runway 01, winds 335 at 6. Cleared for touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 01, Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa. I'm like, I know you just heard me. Alright. So we're going to come around this little hill here. Speed checks gear is coming down. And first notch flaps coming in. Cut right through. Cut right through here. There's the Panama Canal right there, y'all, right out in front. Second notch flaps coming in. Kind of coming at a weird little angle here.
$500.
A little bit of crosswind. Gear down, flaps down. Low. Bounce. Flaps up, power come back in. Gears coming up. Alright, I'm gonna shoot over here. I wanna see what this canal look like real quick. I'm not gonna run the whole thing. I just kind of want to get a visual of how this thing really works, you know. I mean, I know, you know, they pull in and then it fills up with water and then it brings them up, but you know what I should have done? I should have checked to see if anybody had like an add-on or maybe a better scenery enhancement. Oh, okay, so here's a couple of them right here. I'll just fly over this one right here. So you can see, so I guess these are like the reservoirs that pumps the water in, I guess. Cause here's, all right, here we go. So you can see right here, let me bank. There they go. So it looks like they come up and then they catch each one of these little guys here, and then it fills up with water or loses water as they come through the canal there.
PBM 4EA, contact departure. Contact
Now I'm
departure,
assuming
PBM
that
4 Echo.
this is a different one.
Diamond 2 Mike Echo, contact departure.
I guess depending on what ship comes in, I guess they have their own individual canal, or yeah, cause so here's that look like a cargo ship that's in the water, but not, you know, in the water, but kind of shows you how they come in, and then it looks like they have tugboats to help them along the way. That's pretty cool. That's cool. I like that.
Obstacle ahead.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, runway 01, cleared for touch and go.
Gallibor Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, request full stop, runway 01.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, winds 335 at 6, runway 01, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 01, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Alright, speed checks gear is coming down. And we're going to do a teardrop here. Here we go. I got to lose some altitude, so we're going to slip it on down. Can't, I got to be careful of this hill here. So let me, there's sauce. I can't slip it too much then. Nah, this hill is in the way. That's alright. Gear down, flaps are down. I guess I'll just take my time and come around this hill here. Alright. Here we go. We are high.
500.
Gear down, flap down. Butter. And we shall get off. Can we get off here? Yeah, we can get off right here. Alright. Flaps coming up, landing lights and strobe coming off.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, welcome to Gelibert. Contact ground on 121.7.
Switching to ground on 1217, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, good day. Gelibert ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's cleared, runway 01. Looking for GA parking.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Gelibert ground, taxi to GA parking via Alpha Bravo. Contact tower on 118.3 when ready for departure.
Right. Taxi to parking via Alpha Bravo, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, good day. I'm not about to talk to you no more. You talking crazy. How are you going to tell me to go to GA parking and then give me tower to when I'm ready for the... You know, I love technology, but technology can be funny. Alright, let's go find ourselves a parking spot, shall we? Guess we'll just come out here. Yeah, it's the bugs. Right. This is weird stuff. There's sauce. We'll park back here. That's fine. Yeah, sometimes SayIntentions to just do weird stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't get it. Why? I asked for taxi clearance to GA parking. You give that to me and then turn right back around and tell me to contact tower when I'm ready for departure. That's technology for you. There's sauce right there, y'all. Woo woo. How was that landing? I missed it. All right. After landing, checks cowl flaps are open, flaps are up, transponder is to standby. Avionics is off, electrical equipment is off. Magnetos, or make sure it's cut off. Magnetos to off. Fuel tanks electrical off and power is off. There we go. Buttery smooth almost. Hey, almost doesn't count. Not over here. It's either buttery smooth or it's not. Nah, I'm just messing. You landed on all three. That's all that matters over here. Well, let me hold that, cause once you get tucked up under Glenn's wing, he ain't trying to hear all that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So when you ready to advance your skill set in this GA world, and you want a CFI to really guide you, Glenn gonna start checking you quick, fast, and in a hurry. Oh man. Well, that is it, y'all. That is all. I enjoyed this flight. Got to see the Panama Canal. That's probably the closest I'll ever get to see it. Earlier, it was a good flight. Just stutter. Uh-oh. Challenge accepted. Hey, Glenn, look like you got a new student. Tomorrow, so originally I think I'm gonna stick with my original plan, cause I had changed it up a couple days ago and said we were just gonna head south from here and just run all the way down to like Argentina. But I think what I want to do is I want to go ahead and push on through and finish this flight out so I can actually put this one in the books. And so we're gonna keep pushing west northwest up towards Cancun, and then from there we'll do a hop over the seas over to Key West, and then the last flight will be from Key West back up to Miami exec, and that'll complete this circuit for the Caribbean tour, I guess you can say. And then after that, I'll probably go ahead and start running the South America rendezvous and just start running the coastline all the way down and maybe doing some hops inland, whatever. And we'll just see where it goes from there. We might go all the way down and then come back on the other side. Who knows? We got a whole world to see. But that's it. That's all I got. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. My back is doing better. I won't say much better, but it's doing better. I can concentrate and think clear. So yeah, Glenn, thanks for all the information as always. I'm soaking it all in and taking it all in. It's helping me become a better sim pilot. Sauce, it's always a pleasure, my man. And we'll pick this thing back up tomorrow. That's all I got. You're welcome, Bombasa. I catch you tomorrow, man. I'll be back here at 10. If you want to fly, like I said, I'll drop the stream schedule in probably tonight. If not tonight, sometime tomorrow, to let you know where we will be flying to. But we are here at Mike Papa Mike Golf. This is where we'll be taking off tomorrow. So if you want to fly along, be ready to rock and roll tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's it. Cardboard Sim. We signing out.